Oh, what the heck? It's Friday, so I don't think I need to button up, right? Yeah, it's Friday. What the heck? I greet you today. Ram Ram. And unfortunately, I must let you understand that we do have instances of blackouts also here in Suriname. Yes, we get blackout here too. I kind of thought it wasn't a thing, but it's becoming a thing. So we've had power outages for quite a while, for a few hours, and this is why the power was just restored, and I'm able to come to you at this hour. No fault of mine, but I apologize for the power company in Suriname that I come late to you today. But welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am Dr. Prasad, your precious gift. And I always come bearing good news. The good news is for you, the guy needs to understand that you still have a friend, a brother, a patriot in me. I am still here for you. And I'm here to serve you. And I will serve you. When the universe grants the opportunity, when the universe says the time is right for me to take the mandate, to take up the mantle, to make sure that I restore Guyana to Guyanese, ain't no man, nowhere, no system, no politician, no threat. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. I don't care what you say. I don't care what threats you make. I don't care what the hell you do. The time will come when the universe that we take for granted will make it possible. Will make it possible for me, for I, Dr. Love Prasad. And let me give my full name. That's the name that you will see appearing on the registration, the legal name. It's Kenny Shorin Warner Prasad. That's it. I will be the one to restore Guyana, the 83,000 square miles of Guyana to Guyanese. And I'm talking people who were born on the land, in the hospital, by Guyanese parents. Those people are Guyanese. Only Guyanese. I will do that. And I promise you, by the breath of the universe, nobody will stand in that way. I don't give a shit who they are right now, who they call themselves. I am telling you, I will be the one to restore Guyana to Guyanese. Make this day in your notebook. Make a note of it and reference it when the time comes. Moving on. If you haven't yet subscribed, I want you to subscribe to this channel. The YouTube channel you're watching right now, subscribe to this channel. When you're watching me on TikTok, I want you to follow me on TikTok. On Facebook, I want you to follow me on Facebook. I want to know that you are there because I want you to hold me accountable for everything I say from this point. Because like I said before, the Supreme Lord of the universe will challenge me to that, to restore Guyana to Guyanese. I am Chetty reborn. I am Chetty reborn. I will continue Chetty Jagan's legacy because nobody else is doing it. I am going to do it. That's my mandate. Hold me accountable to that. For now, Henna Muhammad, I'll start with you first. I'll start the show with you. Since you want to be a politician, let's do politics. Miss Muhammad. Or is that your name? No, it's not, right? Is it? You are married to the white guy. You should be living in Europe right now, the land of your husband. As a matter of fact, Henna Muhammad, in case you don't know, when you are married off from your father's house, you are no longer considered a part of that family. That's the laws of the nation. Your grandkids, your children are not your father's grandkids. It's your husband's father grandkids. You have just been purchased by the white man to continue his generation, not the Muhammad generation, your husband's, the white guy, his generation. So what the fuck you doing in Guyana? What you doing there? What you politicking about? For what? Oh, you're helping your brother out? Oh, that little mommy's boy, you're helping him out. I forgot, yes, he has to run to sister and run to this one to shelter him. Like all his life, a grown-ass man is sheltering under daddy. All his court cases, oh, daddy is there. All the problems to hide this and pay this one and pay that one and cover this case and down that case. Oh, daddy is there. And now he wants to come into politics. He wants to wear the big boy shoes. Oh, yes, he wants to be the boss now. He wants to be hardcore. When you decide to become a politician, you can't be wetting the bed. No fucking diapers. Politicians got to wear boxers. Boxers. Because men wear boxers. And if you want to get into that field, you don't tag along big sister. She looks older than you. So if you're the oldest one, I don't know. Maybe the white guy is sucking the Indian blood. So he's preserving his life and she's getting old in time. And makeup don't usually do everything. It doesn't really cover everything. Makeup is not for everybody. It's not, you have to embrace your age. Embrace it. Even if it's not a figure, but you're looking fucking old, you gotta just embrace it. Makeup don't really help with that. Because you are obsessed with the whiteness, the white skin. So you marry a white man. Oh, the brown skin people are, oh, they're beneath me. I'm a billionaire. My daddy is a corrupt billionaire, so I can't be hanging out with these Indians. Oh, no, with these coolie. And for them niggas, hell no. I need a white guy to make me look good. Well, you did it. You marry a white guy. You insulted the decent Indo-Guyanese. Your people. You're telling me you couldn't find nowhere in America, nowhere in Guyana, from amongst the 10, let's look at Berbice or Essequibo, even West Demerara, Leonora. The president came from Leonora. Come on, you can't tell me, Henna Muhammad, that you couldn't find any Indian guy to share that wealth with. You're going to take the wealth to the slave master's great-great-grandson. They're the ones who enslaved India, right? They're the ones who enslaved Guyana. They're the ones who brought your ancestors as indentured servants to Guyana and used them, beat their asses. And you are going to go and marry the great-great-great-grandson of a slave master, and then you come back and throw it in the Guyanese face that you're campaigning for the poor people. The fuck is wrong with you? You are an American citizen, are you? Go to America. Trump would not deport you. You're married to a white guy. They'll say, okay, we can leave her alone. She's splitting the wealth. At least some is coming to Europe. You're taking on a platform that you are incapable of even speaking. The first thing I want you to understand, Hannah Muhammad, is that you insulted. You insulted. I don't give a shit who else, which other Indo-Guyanese is married to a white man. They ain't running for politics. They're married quietly in their corner. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But you want to rub it in the people's face. You have that lunatic all over the place behind you. Like if he's Guyanese, like if he gives a shit. He married you because of the wealth of your father. At least he don't have to work for the rest of his life. And then you make kids for the guy, even worse. Divorce is coming. When your father and brother are locked up in the federal prison, the colonizer is back again. He will colonize the whole Muhammad's enterprise. And then he would ship your ass off to India. Yes. So when you get to India, those Indians there would say, where the fuck you think you're going? Go back to Europe. You're white, remember? You're an Indian. So, lady, don't pick a fight if you know you don't have them niggas around you to fight for you. Because right now, they don't want to fight for you. They are fighting for themselves right now. But you should talk less. Or if you decide to talk, Hannah Muhammad, if you decide to talk, let your brother get a script writer. There are a lot of people there. Travis Chase can help. I mean, he's an idiot and he's a dunce, but he can let Chat GDP scribble something for you. Oh, we have the other one there. Was there I'm not fat shaming anybody. Don't be offended. But remember, when you are obese, you need to see a doctor, a nutritionist, because obesity can lead to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, osteoporosis, dementia, the lack of sex, fibroid. Yeah, all that stuff can happen as a result of being obese. So Odessa Primer, I'm not fat shaming you. Sister, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about your health. I'm concerned about your health. But you need to stop showing up. You're not representing the win, because in your case, you have not won, you lost. You lost the skinny battle. That's being a loser. However, help get Doggy. Where the fuck is Doggy? Or he's enjoying the truck that the Muhammad's bought for him on credit. He's enjoying that. Let's see how long the nigga will manage the business. You know, black people, for the first 6 months, they behave like politicians. They're constantly on the job. Oh my God, they set the alarm clock for 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. I have to get to the job. I have to get to the job. 6 months after, oh, fuck it, man. I ain't cut out for this thing anyway. Like them politicians. Hannah Muhammad, you are disloyal to Guyanese. You married a white man. You married the son of the slave master. You have no place in politics in Guyana. None whatsoever. I don't care who else do what. You can say that Chetty married Janet. Well, circumstances, the man was living in a foreign country. He was studying. He needed companionship. And he was loyal to Janet. He didn't just use her because he was stranded in another country and studying. No, he didn't do that. He didn't take advantage of her. He made her his wife. I respect that. You, on the other hand, what's your excuse? Indian men are not loyal? Come on. Don't say that. Mm-mm. Some of the most loyal men are Indian men. I mean, they're loyal to the wife, but all men cheat. The point is, some of the most loyal men who don't leave women so quick and easy are Indian men. White men are opportunists. Opportunist. So you're taking that white guy who is a naturalized Guyanese citizen because he's married to you and dual citizenship, you're taking him to the parliament, or am I wrong? Please tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that Caucasian man is not on the list of candidates for the National Assembly under the Win Party. Tell me I'm wrong. Please, please do. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm correct, hence my next point. But in capsule with the Henna Mohammed situation, get a fucking teleprompter. Everywhere you go, get a teleprompter, get some of those scraps that actually finished secondary school to put together a script for you and read a fucking script when you go in front of the camera and you want to bash the PPP. When you want to bash the PPP and talk about President Ali and the others, talk from a script so you don't sound like a lunatic like your brother. So you don't sound like him. Oh, stupidity runs in the family? My bad. my bad. Okay. I get it. You can't help it. A script wouldn't help you because it definitely didn't help him. Man, the pain he had to experience to talk the few sentences he uttered during the election campaign. Oh my gosh, the pain. This is why the guy takes a break now. You can't see him. You can't see him. He's like, fuck it, I'm talking. There's a part of me that wants him to go into parliament, you know. I crave some entertainment. I like what you call reality TV. Azruddin Mohammed in the parliament would make reality TV. Donald Trump would like that. He would love that because Trump is a television guy. A television guy. He can be in front of the television the whole day. But you have to be entertaining for the guy. And I think Azruddin would make fabulous ratings for the local television in Guyana covering the parliament. Fabulous ratings. But then again, I can't be selfish. I crave a laugh. I crave the humor from his stupidity. But I more crave national security for Guyana. I crave that more. So I'm going to put the whole joking thing aside and say, you know what? Don't swear them in. None of them. Nobody from the Win Party under the Win umbrella should not be sworn in. So President Irfan Ali, you are the president. You are the president. Everybody quoting the Constitution and the Constitution and the Constitution. Well, I say, fuck the Constitution. That's what I say. Constitutions can be changed. You know, you amend the Constitution. But right now, you can give executive orders as a president to delay the convening of the parliament until next year. Because guess what? Just now is the Christmas season. So parliament will be out on vacation anyway. Why would you convene the parliament for a month? What's the point? Just leave it. Say, hey, you know what? We're getting into the holiday just now. So let's just postpone this and give the Mohammeds a chance to deal with their issues, you know. Let them fight their case. But don't convene the parliament now. And the man is not extradited yet. Then you'll be pressured to have the Speaker of the House and the Clerk of the Parliament swear the man in and all them lunatics from Win. When you swear all of them in and the FBI and Interpol comes to collect the Mohammeds, then what, President Ali? Then what? No, then you want to show your strength? Because you, as the president, will have to sign off on any extradition request. You, not the attorney general, you, the president, has to sign off on that to extradite any Guyanese citizen. Only you have the authority to sign off on that. If you sign off on that, sir, if you do not sign off on the extradition request for them to extradite Ashwini Mohammed and his father, you and I have a problem. Yeah, I know you're the exalted president, but like I said, we have a problem. If you don't sign the extradition for the man to leave. So the best thing to do for national security and the stability of the country and the fate of all Guyanese, even them scraps and scrapes that didn't vote for you, we need to consider their welfare as well. And their welfare too would be affected if Ashwini stays in the country and he's sworn in as an opposition leader and the request comes. And for some reason, you, President Irfan Ali, does not sign the request order to extradite him and his father, you are going to invoke the wrath of Donald Trump. And we don't want that, do we? Because Venezuela right now, asses is on fire. It's like coals. And you know the wind those helicopter blades make? When those helicopters ascend in the air and those winds from those massive blades from those helicopters, military helicopters, going towards Venezuela, that wind is going to fan the coals and then the fire will begin to burn for Venezuela. I don't think you want that for Guyana. No. We got to continue kissing America's asses. We don't have a choice. We have to suck up and jerk off America. So sign the order when the request comes to extradite Ashwini and his father. In the meantime, sir, on behalf of the Guyanese people that I represent, which is most of the Guyanese, I'm asking you, President Irfan Ali, from a citizen to a president, don't convene the parliament. Please don't. It is political, constitutional suicide. That country is too beautiful. The people like the peace that is there right now. We can deal with the criminals. We can deal with them thugs and them thieves. Speaking of thieves, one of them came into my yard, where I'm living right here, and stole some gym equipment from under the house. You don't have to guess who it is, but guess. I tell you what, if I have 100 persons, while you're listening, if you can guess in the comments, make your guess known. Say it in the comments. Who do you think came into my yard and stole some gym equipment? Give me an ethnicity. Write it. Comment. Write it. What you think, who you think it is. And if I see like most of the people are correct, on my next live, I'll dance for you. Because I see that we're thinking the same. We have the same mental flow. But you can guess who it is. I wasn't home. I wasn't on my way home either. But if I was on my way home, And I see that fucking nigga. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, don't forget the guest stuff. Forget the guest stuff. Anyway, and I see that fucking nigga exiting my yard with those equipment. You would read it in the headlines. Today, breaking news. You read it. I put actions to my words. Actions to my words. The same way I'm saying how the laws need to change. I don't have the influence in the political system here in Suriname. I don't have the influence. I can suggest, the former president, of course, I would make suggestion, but it's a whole, anyway, forget that. But the same thing I'm pushing, because people are constantly bombarding me with all these abuses they are facing from thieves, robbers. Let me highlight a particular case. A few days ago, in Berbice, New Amsterdam, Berbice, Guyana, the land of Guyana that is largely neglected. Okay, we had a bit disturbing there with the internet. Where was I? Yeah, I was talking about Berbice. I noticed the internet went off for a while there. It happens sometimes. Berbice, the county Berbice, was always neglected by the PNC. PNC. Don't get it twisted with APNU and all these other insignificant names. They're PNC. The government under Granger abandoned Berbice, shut the estates down, dismantled the rice industry, all that shit they did. And by doing that, they targeted the people who depend the most on that agricultural sector: rice, farming, and the sugar industry. The Indo-Guyanese are the ones who depend historically on the rice sector, the sugarcane, the farming sector. And the PNC historically has always undermined the rice industry, the sugar industry, and the farming sector, because black people don't like to farm. Black people can't take the sun. I mean, God created black people to absorb the sun. That's why we have such rich melanin. But I don't know what kind of breed of black people Guyana has, that they don't like to work in the sun. I'm speaking the facts here. I also can't stand the sun. So Berbice is now largely neglected by the PPP government. You would think, since Chedi was so in love with the idea of farming, the rice industry, the sugar industry, because Chedi's policy is grow to eat. Grow to eat. Chedi's policy. At the end of the day, the ones who came up on the Chedi and take over the mantle, all I get is talking. Every time you come around the time of elections, they talk. They promise, they talk. They invest a little and they want all the coverage just to highlight the little that they invest in the rice and sugar industry, when the majority of the sector continues to suffer. Now, speaking of Berbice, why I mentioned Berbice, I had to highlight the rice stuff there, is that a few days ago, an Indo-Guyanese man in Berbice, New Amsterdam there, an area, he was robbed by three or five men. 5 men robbed him in Berbice of $5 million. Now, they must have had information as to the fact that he's coming from the bank with that kind of money. The information came from within the bank or somebody he knew. However, he recognized a few of them. The police was called in, and they quickly apprehended the main suspects. According to the police, 3 of the suspects are still at large. They got 2. And guess what? They only recovered $3 million. $5 million, they robbed the man. The police said they recovered 3. So the man got $3 million back. And the police advised him. Imagine he's the victim. He was robbed at gunpoint. He was abused. The police warned the victim that he should not pursue the case to recover the $2 million extra. Not extra, the $2 million that is still missing. He should forget about it, because the criminals would come after him and his family. Imagine the police in Berbice is telling the victim not to pursue the criminals to get the rest of his money, to just accept the $3 million and thank the Lord that you get the $3 million, but forget about it. Don't go after the rest. The police in Berbice. I don't know the details of who the police are. If I knew, I'll call their names. I'll call the names of the police, but this is the case. It is known. So if you're from Berbice and you're police and you're from that station and you are aware of the fact that somebody made a report of being robbed, $5 million, and you knew that 2 persons were arrested, if you know the story, talk to the victim again. Call him in. Talk to him. Send him to wherever he has to go, the police complaints authority, wherever he has to go to report the police officers who told him to drop the case. Let him report whoever the fuck the police were that told him that. Because from my instinct and my intuition, I think the $5 million was recovered. And I think my theory is them guys pocketed $2 million and they give the victim $3 million. So they tell him, hey, don't go after these guys. You know, these niggas are thugs. They will kill your family. They will this, they will that. And scare the Indian guy away. And they enjoy the $2 million, and they, whoever else is involved, they share it amongst themselves. That's my theory. Now, to get down to the bottom of that, this gentleman who lost the money, who was robbed, we heard that the commissioner now that we have there, he has an open door policy. Drive to Georgetown. Don't go to your commander there in Berbice. Don't go there. Drive to Georgetown to the commissioner's office and make a report. You need to get your $5 million back. Every cent you need to recover. Go to Georgetown. And if you don't get justice from the commissioner of police, don't sit around and wait. You are an Indo-Guyanese. You voted for the PPP. Go to Freedom House. Yes, politics got to come and play now. If you try the system and the system failed you because you're an Indo-Guyanese and the advantage of you robbed by blacks, an Indian robbed by blacks, threatened by black police officers, Then go to the Black Commission of Police. And if you don't get justice there, then go to the Indians at Freedom House and get justice. This bullshit has to stop. This favoritism has to stop. If you are a law enforcement officer, then you are a law enforcement officer in uniform. Always. You're not a black police or an Indian police or a Chinese police. You are a police officer. And when somebody comes to the station, you are looking at a victim, not an Indo victim or a black victim. No, a victim. Do you see how quick these people are ready? I'm talking about the police now. Do you see how quick they are ready to jail people without any bail possibilities when they're caught with drugs, taking it out of the country? You see how quick they go into action, Kano and these others? They pursue these people who are only caught with drugs, not guns, drugs. And they ship them off to prison. And then it's big headlines. Oh, we caught so much at Cheddi Jagan Airport. Oh, we caught so much drugs. Like if the public should be impressed with that. They don't give bail to those people. They torment them. If a man is accused of what do you call it? Trafficking some prostitute, some Venezuelan whore, he goes to jail. No bail. But when these niggas rob people at gunpoint, kill people, look at what's happening. They get bail, or the victim is afraid to testify. The victim is now coerced into like, hey, you need to forget this thing because these guys are going to come after your family. You see now, and the other day, the police had their press conferences and they're talking about, well, we have difficulty fighting crime and solving crime because a lot of the victims don't want to testify. They drop the case, they settle the case out of the court. No police officers, no commissioners. That's not the case. We have a case now there in Berbice that came to me where it is alleged that the police themselves threatened the victim not to pursue the case. It wasn't the criminals who did it, the police did it. So have your internal affairs department do your investigation. Most of the times when you see these crimes go under, it is the police who contacts the victim and threatens the victim to drop the case because the criminals are paying the police to kill the case. And if the police accepts money from the criminal, they have to do what they have to do to make sure that the victim is silenced. That's how it works, doesn't it? Yes. So, sir, go to the Commissioner of Police. If you can't get your money back, go to Freedom House. And if you can't get any help from Freedom House, get a placard and write on the placard, you were robbed 5 million, you were returned 3 million, you need the rest, and you protest. Protest for your right. But I can assure you, all the people who didn't get justice, who are still waiting for justice, all them people, all them criminals that get bail, didn't pay restitution, all of them, I'll fix it. I'm going to make sure you get justice. And that's a promise. That's my mandate. Justice must be delivered for all Guyanese. If you're the victim, you deserve justice. And I'm not talking about justice in that if the people, like in this case, if they stole 5 million from the person and they're caught and they return the 5 million and then you just, okay, we forget the case. No, that's not justice. That's not my idea of justice. No. You see, my idea of justice is You recover your money. You recover your money. But all the criminals who partook in the event of robbing you, they should be jailed not less than 10 years. That's justice. So you change the law. You make adjustments to the law. So now we have all these politicians. You know, it's fresh. You just got married. You just came off the honeymoon. You're sitting with your wife and you're planning now, oh baby, in the next 6 months, we're gonna get you pregnant. Then in 2 years, we're gonna buy that land. Then after that, we're gonna build. And you plan for the whole 10 years. Just got married. You're excited. It's heat. 3 months after, you roll over early in the morning. You roll over and you put your hand around her and she push it away. I want to sleep. And you think that, well, since you're married, that means that you should have unlimited, undisturbed access to the pussy whenever you wish. Because this is wifey now, so that pussy belongs to me. It doesn't work like that. In the same way, 6 months after,